So how's spring practice been going so far? You guys are kind of in the last week of it now.
Yeah, pretty good. I feel like it's actually a pretty cool, like the past 3 seasons I've been here, we had like a later spring, and having like an early spring. I think it's been pretty cool because like, I still feel fresh from the season, and my body like still feels fresh. So like I think it's like important, like especially like for kickers. Like we're still fresh from the season, and so we can still like perform well in spring, and just keep competing.
Yeah, to add on to that, I think it's kind of flown by because we're still kind of locked into that season mode since it's only been like a month since we got done with season. So yeah, it's been good.
What's kind of when you talk about like offense, whether it's installing new stuff or getting guys up to speed, for you guys, like what's the focus of spring in your position group?
For me, it's probably more like punt focused this spring because like we haven't really done kickoff that much. So for me, it's just like like turning over punts, like hitting punts in good location, kind of just like back to fundamental stuff, not like hitting like the biggest punt ever, more just kind of like textbook, like just be like really good at my job right now and not try to like kick out of my shoes basically.
Yeah, I think same here is just fundamentals. You can never go wrong working on the little things, and so I think that's been a big stress for me is just redoing all the little things as many times as I can get the right, like, what's it called? Just like muscle memory.
You guys brought in a few new kickers on National Signing Day for both of you. How do you guys balance trying to help the new guys but also trying to keep your jobs?
Yeah, that's an interesting question because we had 2 freshmen up here for Seafall last weekend, and we just hung out with them and kind of tried to, like show them the ropes and like kind of like without scaring them too. And they're probably gonna watch this, but yeah, no, it's an interesting balance because like you want to make them feel part of the team and you want to be nice to them, and I think that's just part of like being like a professional kind of too. Like you want to help people, but like you also want to keep competing. That's just part of the job really. Because it doesn't matter if you're in high school or if you're a pro. Like you're always going to have someone trying to come in and take your job, and you got to just stay professional.
Yeah, I'll say, just as much as we can help them, they can help us. There's some things that we don't know. There's some things that we can always learn, or maybe even remember from like high school or just like kicking in general. So.
Kind of piggybacking off that, is competition, good, for you guys during the spring, during the off season to kind of keep you, laser focused and sharp and on point?
Yeah, I'd say it definitely helps a lot with competition and just friendly competition though. Obviously, it's a good thing, I'd say, because then you add an extra buddy to your room, and then you're also trying to work hard to beat them at the same time. So.
How much do you guys go back and review, like, okay, if there were things last year, like, okay, a kickoff that wasn't great or you miss a kick, do you guys go back and break that down? How much do you do that? When do you typically kind of do that? Is now kind of a time, is it after spring ball? Like, when do you start breaking down some of those things?
Most of the time when we break down like game film, it's just like the week after, and then we'll like kind of like playing like slow-mo, like, all right, the drop went inside or or like holding even, like I kind of missed a spot by like an inch or so, and we'll look at that like the week after and be like, all right, like we need to fix this, and I'll have like a focus on that the next week, either on like Tuesday or Wednesday, and then Thursdays are like like have it right day, like Thursday we like run through everything, and then that's pretty much it. I mean, like right now it's more just like fundamental stuff and like holds and the drops for punts and just like contact work.
Yeah, I think working on some of those little things can be good during the season, but you don't want to get too into it. 'Cause, you also don't want to break like a mojo or something like that if you're going in good. But like right now, I think it's more of an overarching theme for you, kind of like what you think is going to get you even better for the season next year. So.
Coming off of last year's success the team had, 13-1 conference champions and making the Fiesta Bowl, it could be kind of human nature to kind of, sit back and say, oh, we arrived type thing. Do you sense any of that from the team, or what was kind of the vibes around the locker room?
I think it's kind of at least in my opinion, I don't think it's been like we're trying to grasp back at what we achieved. We've got a lot of new guys in, a lot of fresh people, and so they've kind of helped to make it feel like this is a new season, this is a new start to something else.
Yeah, and I feel like the coaches do a really good job of. They always tell us to flush it, and that's kind of what we've done. In spring, it's like, it is a completely new start. Everything we've done since last year is kind of out the window right now. So I just feel like they feel like a good culture of, like rinse do every morning, like that saying. And I just feel like the coaches do a good job of kind of like instilling that in everyone.
Second year with the coaching staff, what has it meant to you guys to grow your relationship with the special teams coaching?
Krantz is funny. We all like him. I think he's kind of like a dad sometimes. It's kind of like when we do something right, he's kind of like, all right, good. But if you do something wrong, it's kind of like, it's a little more. But that's good because it kind of keeps you on your toes. As a specialist, that's kind of what you want it to be like. Krantz, if I have like a question about like really anything, like I can go talk to him, or even the new guy that Krantz just brought in. I just feel like the coaches that like even like all the coaches here, like if I had a question about life or even football or just like anything, how like an office setting works and like a certain scenario, I would probably go to them and kind of get their perspective.
Yeah, I think we all got good respect for Krantz, especially because working through last off season, they came in super fast, hard to adjust. Some things never got adjusted, and I think right now, like, he's done a lot to try to help us to like get things that we need, and